Hello viewers, welcome back to my channel. For Roloff family latest news update, please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon. Tori Roloff, known for her role in the reality TV series Little People, Big World, has always shared the highs and lows of her life with her followers. From her challenges as a mother of three to her advocacy for dwarfism awareness, Tori has been transparent about the journey of motherhood, including the emotional roller coaster she's experienced with pregnancy. One of the most poignant chapters in Tori's story is her heartbreaking struggle with a missed miscarriage before welcoming her third child, Josiah. In a candid and powerful discussion, Tori reflected on her grief, anger, and the healing process she underwent after this devastating loss. This article delves into Tori's experience with the miscarriage, the emotional toll it took on her, and how she found healing before the birth of Josiah. Tori Roloff became a well-known figure to the public after her marriage to Zach Roloff, one of the stars of Little People, Big World. Their story, filled with challenges and triumphs, has been a key part of the show, which highlights their family's life and struggles living with dwarfism. Tori and Zach became parents in 2017 when they welcomed their son Jackson, who was born with achondroplasia, a form of dwarfism. Their experiences with Jackson were filled with both joy and challenges as they navigated raising a child with special needs. Following Jackson's birth, the couple became excited to expand their family. Tori quickly became pregnant with their second child, Lila Ray, who was born in 2020. Like many mothers, Tori shared her excitement and expectations with her followers. However, what followed would become one of the most difficult periods of her life. In 2021, Tori revealed that she had suffered a missed miscarriage before she was able to announce her pregnancy with her third child. A missed miscarriage, sometimes called a silent miscarriage, occurs when the fetus stops developing, but the pregnancy remains in the body for weeks. Often, women may not experience the physical symptoms commonly associated with miscarriage, such as bleeding or cramping, making it harder to detect. For Tori, the miscarriage was particularly painful because she had no idea anything was wrong until a routine ultrasound revealed that her baby had no heartbeat. The emotional devastation that followed was compounded by her sense of helplessness and confusion. Tori opened up about feeling angry at her body. "I was so mad at my body," she confessed, explaining that she felt betrayed by the very thing she relied on to carry her children. The experience was an emotional whirlwind, one that brought to light how deeply intertwined a mother's sense of self and her physical experience of pregnancy can be. Miscarriages are incredibly complex emotional events. For Tori, the missed miscarriage brought not only physical pain, but also an immense sense of emotional grief. She explained how difficult it was to reconcile her body's apparent failure to support the pregnancy. In the aftermath of her miscarriage, Tori had to navigate feelings of guilt, sadness, and a sense of loss, not only for the baby, but also for the hopes and dreams she had already formed for that child. The physical recovery after a miscarriage can be just as tough. Tori's body had to heal from the physical trauma of the miscarriage, while her mind struggled to heal emotionally. She had to grapple with a process that many women face silently: the loneliness and isolation that come with miscarriage. Miscarriage is often stigmatized or not openly discussed, leaving many women to cope in silence. By sharing her experience, Tori began to break that silence and provide a platform for others to talk about their own losses. After her miscarriage, Tori was deeply affected by body image issues. Many women who experience pregnancy loss face similar struggles, feeling that their bodies have failed them. Tori's openness about being mad at my body struck a chord with many of her followers. It wasn't just physical pain that she struggled with, but also the emotional toll that came with feeling disconnected from her own body. Body image issues after pregnancy loss can be compounded by societal expectations of how a woman should look or feel after having children. For Tori, the pressure to bounce back was overwhelming. She was forced to confront the unrealistic standards that society often places on women, especially when it comes to motherhood. In her journey to heal emotionally, Tori had to learn to be kinder to herself, to accept her body for what it had been through, and to acknowledge the strength it had shown during her pregnancy and loss. Despite the grief of her Miscarriage, Tori and Zach decided to try for another child. After a period of emotional healing and reflection, Tori learned that she was pregnant again with their third child, Josiah. The news of this pregnancy was a mixture of joy, fear, and uncertainty. Tori confessed that while excited, she couldn't help but feel anxiety about whether or not this pregnancy would continue successfully. The shadow of her previous miscarriage loomed large in her mind. Throughout the pregnancy with Josiah, Tori's feelings were a roller coaster. On one hand, she felt hope and excitement, but on the other hand, the fear of experiencing another loss was ever present. She struggled with balancing her excitement for her growing family with the anxiety that came from not wanting to go through the same heartbreak again. As her pregnancy with Josiah progressed, Tori began to find solace in the support from her family, her faith, and her followers. She also learned to be more mindful of her emotional well-being, recognizing the importance of nurturing her mental health while carrying her child. One of the most significant impacts of Tori's miscarriage experience was her decision to use her platform to raise awareness about pregnancy loss. By sharing her journey, she became a voice for women who felt isolated in their grief. She opened up about the difficulty of miscarrying, the lack of discussion around the topic, and the stigma that surrounds it. Tori's transparency about her miscarriage sparked an outpouring of support from her followers, many of whom shared their own experiences with miscarriage. The overwhelming response emphasized the need for more open conversations about pregnancy loss and miscarriage. Tori's willingness to be vulnerable helped others feel seen and heard, and her advocacy brought attention to the emotional and physical challenges that many women face during and after pregnancy loss. After months of uncertainty and anxiety, Tori and Zach welcomed their son, Josiah, into the world. The birth of Josiah was a bittersweet moment. While it was filled with joy, it was also a reminder of the loss they had suffered. For Tori, the arrival of Josiah symbolized a new chapter, one that was marked by healing, hope, and resilience. The emotional healing that came with the birth of Josiah was significant. Although Tori still mourned the loss of the baby she had lost, Josiah's arrival was a reminder of the beauty and strength of her body. It was a moment that allowed her to celebrate life once again and find peace after months of heartache. Tori's journey through the miscarriage, pregnancy, and birth of Josiah has been one of incredible resilience and personal growth. She has learned to accept that her body, while it may not always work as she expects, is still capable of great things. Her emotional journey, from anger and frustration to acceptance and peace, has been transformative. As a mother, she continues to navigate the complexities of motherhood, but she does so with a newfound understanding of herself and her body. Tori Roloff's story of miscarriage and the birth of Josiah is one of hope, healing, and resilience. By sharing her emotional journey, Tori has not only found healing for herself, but has also created space for others to share their stories and find support.